जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Krishna, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivacharya Ashtotra Srishmi Divine Grace Abhay Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Shri Snan Purnima Mahamotsav ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So today we'll be discussing the special pastime of Jagannath Snan Purnima. So I welcome all the devotees for today's morning Bhagavatam class. So my gratitude to Dharmatma Prabhu and all the devotees. So, Tasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shri Guruventikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Anvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpatanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Niti Hare Ram. We are able to celebrate all these wonderful festivals. Otherwise, who knew about all these Vaishnava festivals? Our Vaishnava calendar is full with so many festivals all the time. And today is one such great festival. The appearance day of Lord Jagannath. Jagannath Swami ki. Jagannath Swami Nayana Padakami Bhavatumi. So, I will just discuss some of the pastimes of Lord Jagannath today. You can see this wonderful picture. This is from Jagannath Puri, where Lord Jagannath comes to a special Snana Bedi. So just like we have Abhishek, but we have Abhishek of the small deities. But in Jagannath Puri, the big deities of Jagannath, every day they have Abhishek of small deities. But on today, Snan Purnima day, the big deities come out of the temple, and there's a special. How many of you have seen this actual Snan Yatra in Jagannath Puri ever? Okay, I had seen once in my life, yeah. But otherwise also, if you go to Jagannath Puri temple in the Anand Bazar, I'm sure all of you go to Anand Bazar, right? For Jagannath Puri Prasad. So there, you can still see that place. It's a raised platform, the place of Snan Purnima. So this is a wonderful Snan Bedi. And Jagannath, that's so huge, and it's elevated platform. So right from the road outside, it's called Vadadanda, the road in front of Jagannath's temple. So from there you can have darshan of Abhishek. So there is no need of queue, and thousands of people can stand on the road and have darshan of the Abhishekam. So that's the majesty of Lord Jagannath. So today is that special day where there's a big celebration in Jagannath Puri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when he was in Jagannath Puri, is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that he used to participate in this great festival of Snan Purnima. And after Snan Purnima, for 15 days, Lord Jagannath becomes sick. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go to Alarnath. After that, of course, you have the Jagannath Rath Yatra. And so, why Jagannath falls sick? Because, it's hot summer now. And suddenly, if you come out of heat and take a cold shower, what will happen? You'll get sick. Just like I also got a little cold. Because in this hot weather, you drink some little cool water, immediately you'll get, or take a cold bath, you'll get cold cough fever. So Jagannath, anyway, it's transcendental, because he wants to have intimate pastimes with Lakshmi Devi. So that's why on the plea of sickness, 15 days, and his dear devotees, the Shabaras, so he goes to reclusion. Anyway, so today we'll discuss a little bit the pastime of appearance of Jagannath. Some of you might have heard it, but it's okay. The more we hear the pastimes of Lord Jagannath and Krishna, it's pleasing and it's purifying. So I'll begin this entire pastime. Of course, before that, all of you know how Jagannath appeared in ISKCON? Have you heard? So before we talk of how Jagannath appeared in Jagannath Puri, yes, so how Jagannath appeared in ISKCON? So Malati Devi, Prabhupada's very dear disciple, so she went to an Indian gift store and she saw some doll and she thought maybe our Swamiji will like it, Prabhupada will like it. So she took that small doll and went to give Prabhupada. Prabhupada, I got a small gift for you. And she stole it actually, didn't even pay for it. So then as soon as Prabhupada saw this small doll, he did Dandavat Pranam. I said, what happened? Well, he is Jagannath, Lord of the universe. And then Prabhupada said, go back and see, you'll find 2 more dolls in the store. And she went back and found 2 more dolls. They were Baldev and Subhadra. And then Srila Prabhupada said, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, he was a carpenter. He said, look at these dolls and make a bigger size deity of Jagannath. And that's how the first Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani, they appeared. I think in San Francisco, if I'm not wrong. San Francisco, 1960, maybe 6 or 7, I'm not sure. So now, this is what Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that Jagannath appeared, and then now, in fact, they were the first deities in ISKCON in San Francisco, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani, and then Radha Krishna deities came. Because Srila Prabhupada said Jagannath is very merciful. You don't have to have very strict standards of worshipping Jagannath. He is very merciful. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is merciful, Jagannath is also very merciful. He is called Patita Pavan. So now, let us discuss a little bit the pastime of appearance of this Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. And why Jagannath had this special form. Although I was born and brought up in Orissa, my home was about 1.5 hours, 2 hours drive from Jagannath Puri. But I never knew why Jagannath, he has this special form until I came in touch with his devotees. So we'll discuss some of the stories of Lord Jagannath. So, somehow I got a nice book by Dhruv Maharaj Prabhu, he's a proper disciple. So this entire pastime of Jagannath is found in which scripture? Anyone knows? Skanda Purana. So there are 18 Puranas. Skanda is the name of Lord Shiva's son, Kartikeya. There is a Purana named Skanda Purana. In Skanda Purana, there is a huge section called Purushottam Mahatma, where in detail the pastime of Lord Jagannath, the importance of Sri Kshetra, Purushottam Kshetra is described. So let us see how much we can discuss. So once what happened, Gemini Rishi, there was a gathering of sages, and Gemini Rishi was chosen as a speaker, and he started speaking the glories of a special place known as Purushottam Kshetra. And Jaimini Rishi said that anyone who simply desires to visit Purushottam Kshetra will be relieved from all his sinful reactions. What to speak of one who actually goes there? Just see the importance of Purushottam Kshetra. And he said in that Purushottam Kshetra there is a blue hill on the shores of the ocean. And there the Lord appears in a special form. So you know that Brahmaji, his age of 100 years, which is our 311 trillion years, is divided into two parts. It's called Parartha. I think. So in the first 50 years, the Lord appears in Purushottam Kshetra in the form of Neelamadhav. In the second 50 years, he appears in the form of Jagannath. So the story goes like this, that Brahmaji in the beginning of creation, he was feeling very sad. Why he was feeling sad? Because he knew that this material world is a place of suffering. This is a beautiful verse in 3rd canto, which says that how the conditioned souls, is 398. Shutre tridhatubhir imamur ardhyamanaha sitoshna vasha vata varashed itaretaracha kamagnichyuta rushacha sudurbharena sampashyato manaurukrame sidate me. Lord Brahma says that looking at these poor creatures in this material world who are perplexed by hunger, thirst, severe cold, secretion of bile, attacked by winter, blazing summer, we are experiencing blazing summer now, rains and many such disturbing elements, and overwhelmed by strong sex desires and indefatigable anger, I take pity on them and I am aggrieved for them. So he was feeling very sad. He was praying to the Lord how these conditioned souls will be delivered. And as he was praying to the Lord appeared, Lord Vishnu appeared, riding on the shoulders of Garuda. And in a pleasing voice, the Lord explained that how the living entities who stay on a special tract of land north of the sea and south of Mahanadi become purified and return to the spiritual world. Devo. So Lord Vishnu says that anyone who stays here goes to my abode. And one cannot take birth there ordinarily. No. One who does a lot of pious acts, he can take birth there. Every step towards Sri Kshetra becomes sacred. And my Purushottam Kshetra is never affected by creation or annihilation. O Brahma, go there and witness its beauty. And later there is another beautiful pastime that I don't know how much time I can cover all this. So Purushottam Kshetra does not get annihilated during the Pralaya. You know Pralaya? At the end of the day of Brahma, everything is inundated with water, everything destroyed. But Sri Kshetra is not destroyed. And who is the sage who got a benediction to have a long life for many kalpas? Markandeya Rishi. So Markandeya Rishi was suffering in the tides of the ocean, and he was having no place. Suddenly he saw a small island, and he went there and he saw a banyan tree, and on the leaf of the banyan tree he saw a small baby. Who was that baby? Balakrishna, Batu Krishna. There's a beautiful verse. Kararavindena padarvindam mukharvinde niveshayama Batasya patrasa kuteshayanam Bala mukundam manasa smarami. Bilva Mangal Thakur has written beautiful verse. Govinda Damo Dharmadhaniti. So Markandeya Rishi was very happy to see this beautiful child. And then he went inside the child's body and he saw the entire creation. And then he came out and the child said, "This is my abode, Purushottam Kshetra." Baby Krishna said, "You stay here. This is not destroyed during Pralaya, annihilation." So from then onwards, Markandeya Rishi stayed at Jagannath Puri Dhamuni, Purushottam Kshetra. And there is still a temple of Markandeshwar. Lord Shiva also appeared before him. So these beautiful places are there. So Lord Vishnu told Brahma, go to my abode of Purushottam Kshetra. It is not destroyed during annihilation. And Lord Brahma came there and saw the beautiful four-armed form of Nila Madhav. I told you, right? In the first 50 years of Brahma, the Lord resides in the form of Nila Madhav. And with Goddess Lakshmi. And Nila Madhav means bluish. And actually the deity is made of Indranil Mani. Beautiful blue touchstone, gem. Very, very beautiful deity of Nila Madhav. Brahma had darshan. And to his surprise, he saw one crow. There was a nice kund there called Rohini Kund. A crow was flying there. Suddenly the crow touched the water of Rohini Kund. And the crow transformed into four-handed spiritual being. Haribol. And went to Vaikuntha. Brahmaji was surprised. Wow, what a place. Even a crow by touching the water went to Vaikuntha. And that time Yamaraj came. And Yamaraj prayed to Nilmadhav and Lakshmi. He said, if like this all the living entities will go back to Godhead, what will I do? I will have no service. Right? Because Yamaraj service to punish the conditioned souls. They said, my Lord, what will I do? So Lakshmi ji answered, my oh dear Yama, you don't have authority in this place, Purushottam Kshetra, because this is the most dear abode of Lord Vishnu. Purushottam means Lord Vishnu. Purushottam Kshetra, the own abode of Lord Vishnu. So Mother Lakshmi says, sinful seeds are burnt at this place. This dham is, anyone who stays in this dham is freed from all sins just by having darshan of the beautiful deities of Madhava. So then Yamaraj said, please tell the importance, the glory. Lakshmi Devi recites the story of Markandeya Muni, which I told, that how Markandeya Rishi found the small island of Purushottam Kshetra and he came there, took shelter there. And then Lakshmi Devi says that the Purushottam Kshetra is actually shaped like a conch shell, Shankha. And like that, many beautiful stories are told. But now I'll come to the main story, that how Jagannath appeared. Because today is the day of appearance of Lord Jagannath. Today Jagannath deity was actually installed. The first Abhishekam was performed. Just like we celebrate on Ram Navami, the Brahmotsav for Krishna Balaram deities, 50 years we celebrated this year, 50-year appearance. So Jagannath appeared, maybe we don't know, some millions and billion years ago. But today is the tithi on which Jagannath appeared. So now the story goes like this. During Satya Yuga, not of this Satya Yuga, many Satya Yugas back, there was a king named Indradyumna, who was staying at which place? Avanti, which is Ujjain. Have you been to Ujjain? The place where Krishna Balaram went and studied at the ashram of Sandipani Muni. That time Avanti was a capital for the entire country. And he was a very pious king, a devotee. And once he was seated in his big assembly with poets, scholars, astrologers, and he wanted to have darshan of the Lord. So he asked all his assembled ministers and sages, can someone tell me a place on this earth where I can see the Lord face to face using this material eyes? Because we know the Lord is spiritual. We can't see the Lord through our material eyes. But he asked the question that, is there a place where I can see the Lord using the same material eyes? And that time, old mendicant, with long matted locks of hairs, he stood up and said, O king, I have been to many tirthas throughout Bharatvarsha, but one special place I have gone, which is known as Purushottam Kshetra. There's a hill called Nilagiri surrounded by forest and ocean on one side. And there's a beautiful Kalpaviksha tree. And under that Kalpaviksha tree is a lake known as Rohini Tirtha, where just by touching the waters, a crow also got liberation. And there is the most beautiful deity of Nilamadhav. And every night, all the demigods, they come to offer special puja with fragrant divine flowers from heavenly planets. And he said that go to Purushottam Kshetra and you can directly have darshan face to face of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And hearing this, King Indradyumna was very happy, very eager to have darshan. He intensely desired to go and find that special place. Then once again he called his ministers and he said, please find that place. Where is Purushottam Kshetra? And one of his ministers' brother, Vidyapati, he was a learned, very intelligent Brahmana. So he was given this task to find out the place known as Purushottam Kshetra. So he started traveling eastwards from Avanti. Because Avanti is in Madhya Pradesh and Odisha is on the eastern side of Avanti. So he started traveling on the eastern side. And then he came across a beautiful place filled with greenery. And then he came to the bank of Mahanadi river. Mahanadi is the border of Shri Kshetra. He came to the beautiful river of Mahanadi. He took bath there. He crossed that river. Then he went to Bhuvaneshwar, the place of Lord Shiva, Ekamravan. And then he came to the special place of Shri Kshetra, Purushottam Kshetra. And there he paid obeisances. He understood that this is the place of Nilgiri. He saw a beautiful bluish hill. And then he saw there a group of tribal persons known as Shabara. They are not very high caste people, Shabara. It is said those who raise pigs and those who stay in the forest, Shabara. But then he saw them and they saw that he's a very aristocratic Brahmana. They welcomed him. And then Vidyapati replied that I have come from very far. I want to have darshan of Nilamadhav. And then they took him to the leader of the Shabaras. His name was, what is his name? Vishwavashu. I am sure you must have heard, right? So please remember these names, purifying to remember them. So King Indradyumna was the king. He wanted to have darshan of the Lord. He sent Vidyapati, and Vidyapati went and met Vishwavashu, who was the leader of the Shabaras. And he requested Vishwavashu that I come all the way from Avanti. I have a great desire to have darshan of Nilamadhav. And there are some local stories. They say that he didn't agree because he was afraid the king may come and take Nilamadhav with him. He said, no, I can't allow. And there's some local stories that Vidyapati's daughter was named Lalita. So somehow, Vishwavasu's daughter was Lalita. Somehow Vidyapati married her. And then, a wife generally cannot say no to husband. So when he requested Lalita that please have one desire, somehow, once take me for darshan of Nilamadhav. Then Vishwavashu agreed. Then he said one condition. So what you do? I'll make you blindfolded. So they covered the eyes of Vidyapati. And then he went, local stories we heard in childhood also. Then he put some mustard seed on the way, so that when the mustard plants will grow, he can find out the root. Like that, Vidyapati went. And when he had darshan of beautiful form of Nilamadhav, he was so happy, he was ecstatic. He offered beautiful prayers to the Lord. Beautiful four-handed form of the Lord, beautiful lotus eyes. And he was so happy to see the beautiful form of the Lord wearing kaustubh mani. And he came back and he felt his life is successful. And once he came back, then he took permission. He said, Vishwavashuji, I have to go back to my king because I came on a mission. I have to inform him the location of Nilamadhav. So then Vidyapati went back to Avanti. And as soon as the king was eagerly waiting, because many months passed away, Vidyapati didn't return. So when Vidyapati returned, the king was so happy. And Vidyapati told that, by the mercy of the Lord, I could find out where is Nilmadhav. Let us all go there. And King Indradyumna was so happy. He said, let us all go. And the king, when he decided to go, all the subjects, all the ministers, all the citizens, they said, we'll also go. And immediately there's a huge procession. They didn't take time, like today somebody says, let's go for a trip. You will think, oh, let me pack, let me this, that. But immediately, all the citizens, they joined the king. He said, we'll also go and have darshan of Nilmadhav. It was a huge entourage. King Indradyumna and his soldiers and his ministers and the citizens. And they walked all the way from Avanti to Purushottam Kshetra, Utkal. And Narad Muni also accompanied them, because Narad Muni, he knew that a beautiful pastime is going to take place. So Narad Muni also accompanied King Indradyumna. And they all started going towards Purushottam Kshetra. But what happened? As soon as he reached Mahanadi, the king of Utkal came to welcome him. But then, king of Utkal told, there's a sad news. What? Recently there was a big storm, thunderstorm, and the deities of Nilmadhav have disappeared. The whole Nilgiri is filled with dust, and Nilmadhav is no longer there. Imagine what would have been the condition of Indradyumna Maharaj. He was so eager to have darshan of the Lord. He left his kingdom and came all the way to have darshan of Nilmadhav. When he heard that Nilmadhav has disappeared, he was so heartbroken. He said, I will not keep this life, I'll end my life. He was very, very sad, very morose. That time Narad Muni said, oh dear king, don't become disheartened like this. Don't worry, have patience. In bhakti, what do we learn? Utsaha nishayat dhairya. Sometimes you also lose patience. Arey, what is this? For 20 years I've been chanting. Till now, no Krishna Prem, no Shuddhanam. But we should have patience. Utsaha nishayat dhairya. So Narad Muni said, have patience, oh dear, my dear king, have patience. Don't worry. The Lord is having a special pastime. He will very soon appear to you in a special form. Don't worry. Do some tapasya. Then he told to worship Narsinghadev. So Narsinghadev also has a big role in Jagannath Puri. If you see, there are many temples of Narsinghadev there. The first temple that is actually built was temple of Narsinghadev, which is near Gundicha Mandir now. I remember in 2018 once, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj had gone to Jagannath Puri, and he was very eager to have Lord Narsinghadev darshan near Gundicha temple. Because that's the first temple of Jagannath Puri. Even before Jagannath appeared, that temple of Narsinghadev was there. So he worshipped Lord Narsinghadev and he performed Narsingha Yajna and 1000 Ashwamedha Yajnas. And Narad Muni said, don't worry, the Lord will appear very soon. And then after the completion of the sacrifices, the king had a beautiful dream. He saw the Lord appearing to him from Shwetadeep, Lord Vishnu and Anantashesh appearing before him. And then he woke up and told, I had this wonderful dream. And suddenly, some people came and told the king, oh, dear king, on the shores of the ocean, there are 3 big, huge logs of wood floating. And very special. They have signs of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And Narad Muni and the king went there and took the logs of wood, brought them to the shore. And Narad Muni, and then there was a voice from the sky. He said, oh king, you saw the dream that the Lord is appearing. The Lord is happy with your austerities, with your desire to have His darshan. He has appeared in this form of Daru Brahma. Daru means wood. So the Jagannath deity is made of wood, but that's Brahma, that's spiritual. So when the Lord is made whatever form, whether marble or wood, is spiritual form. So there's a voice in the sky said that very soon one carpenter will come and he will make beautiful deities out of these logs of wood. And very soon one old carpenter came and he said, I can make the deities of the Lord from these woods. But he said, I have one condition. What is that condition? Those who have heard the story? What is the condition? Yeah, I need a closed room. Nobody should come near. Nobody should hear the sound of the chiseling. I want privacy. The door should be closed and I will carve the deities. So the old carpenter started carving. And many days passed. The wife of King Indradyumna, her name was Gundicha. She became a little anxious. What happened? He was an old man. Maybe, is he alive or dead? So many days passed away. And the carpenter is not coming out. She became very eager. Finally, she opened the door. And when she opened the door, she went inside and saw the carpenter is not there. And there are 3 big forms of the Lord. But externally, it appeared as if the forms are incomplete. Because there was no hand, there was no leg. And King Indradyumna was very shattered. He said, after so many years, finally the Lord appeared. The carpenter was carving the deities. But somehow we became impatient. So he thought that the work is incomplete. So again, Indradyumna said, I will give up my body. He started fasting. He was feeling so devastated. And then again Narad Muni came and said, my dear Indradyumna, don't worry. This form that you are seeing now is a very special form of the Lord. He wants to be worshipped in this form. And then Narad Muni told his own story. The story, as I was telling in the beginning of the class, now this story everybody knows. Even in Orissa, people know this story of Vishwavashu, Vidyapati and carpenter and all that. But this part, nobody knows that this is the eternal form of the Lord. So from where this form came? So now I'll tell you a short story. We all know that Lord Krishna stayed in Vrindavan for how many years? Around 11 years. Then from Vrindavan he went to Mathura. From here, we are in Vrindavan. So from here he went to Mathura. He stayed there about 18 years. He went to Dwarika. And after that, he never came back to Vrindavan. But Krishna, he never forgot Vrindavan. Even during night time, while sleeping, in sleep he used to chant sometimes the names of the Vrajvasis. O Yashoda, Nanda Baba, Sudama, Madhumangal, Lalita, Vishakha, O Radha. He used to chant like that in the night time during his sleep. So the kings of Dwarika thought that so many years have passed, our Lord has left Vrindavan. But in his heart he is always thinking of Vrindavan. So what is that speciality of Vrindavan? Why our Lord is not able to forget the pastimes of Vrindavan? What is the speciality of these devotees in Vrindavan? Lord is not forgetting them. Then they got an idea. Let us hear the pastimes of Vrindavan. But from where they will hear? There was one personality who was also with Krishna and Balram in Vrindavan, then in Mathura and then in Dwarika. Who is that person? Mother Rohini. Mother of Balramji. She was in Vrindavan also. She was in Mathura and she was always with Krishna Balram. Yashoda Maya stayed back in Vrindavan. Devaki Maya, she was in Mathura. She never came to Vrindavan. But Rohini, she was very fortunate. She was in Vrindavan, Mathura and then Dwarka. So all the queens, they requested Mother Rohini. Oh Rohini Mata, you have seen the pastimes of Krishna Balram in Vrindavan. Our Lord is so attached to Krishna, to his pastimes in Vrindavan. Please tell us the beautiful pastimes of Vrindavan. Rohini Mother said, there's one problem I can tell you. But the problem is, the moment I start describing the pastimes of Vrindavan, Krishna and Balram, they will come. And once they hear the pastimes of Vrindavan, Krishna cannot control himself. He'll run towards Vrindavan. Then he'll never come back. Actually, whenever Krishna asked permission to go to Vrindavan, Devaki never allowed, because Mother Devaki knew that if Krishna goes to Vrindavan, he will not come back. So then the queen said, what can be done? Then Rohini said, if you can guard the hall in such a way that Krishna and Balram, they cannot enter here, Krishna cannot enter here, then I can speak to you the pastimes. But who will guard Krishna? Who will stop Krishna? Subhadra. So she agreed. Sister of Krishna, she can stop the brother. Subhadra said, don't worry, I will become the guard at the door. So they all assembled in a beautiful hall, all the 16,108 queens. And who was the speaker? Rohini Mata. And she started describing the beautiful pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. Beautiful Raja pastimes. Krishna's stealing butter, Makhan Chor. Damodar Leela, Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. His Gocharan Leela, herding the cows. His playing, sporting pastimes with the Gopa boys. And then she started describing the love of the gopis for Krishna. How he had beautiful pastimes with the gopis. And then she started describing the love of Srimati Radharani for Krishna. In the meantime, as soon as the pastimes of Vrindavan started, Krishna Balaram, they came to the door. And Subhadra, she was so absorbed in hearing the pastime, she didn't even notice that Krishna and Balaram, they have come. So Subhadra was in middle, one side Krishna, another side Balaram. And the pastimes of Vrindavan were being narrated. And as going on, and as Rohini mother explained the highest love of Srimati Radharani, and hearing that, Krishna, his eyes became big. You know, when we hear something amazing, what happens? Our eyes became big. Krishna's eyes started becoming big, bigger. His hands went inside, his legs went inside. Similarly, Balram also took the same form, Subhadra also took the same form. And as the description of Vrindavan pastimes were going on, Krishna was fully absorbed in the mood of separation from the Brajvasis, in the highest ecstatic love. His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj used to say that this form is Radha Viraha Vidura Roop, the form of Lord Krishna in Viraha, in separation from Srimati Radharani. And that time Narad Muni came. And Narad Muni, when he saw these wonderful forms, he started jumping. He said, Jai Jai, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And seeing Narad Muni, Lord Krishna came back to external consciousness. He said, oh my dear Narad, you are so happy. He said, why? He said, I saw these wonderful forms. I have never seen these wonderful forms. And then Krishna smiled. He said, oh Narad, please ask for a benediction. What do you want? And Narad Muni said, my dear Lord, I have one benediction I want to ask from you. I want that all the people should have darshan of this special form of yours. And Lord smilingly said, okay, tathastu. So in Purushottam Kshetra, I will appear myself in this beautiful form of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. The very form that you saw now, very soon I'll appear in Jagannath Puri in this very same forms. And Narad Muni said that, so the Lord personally told me that this special form of his, he wants to manifest in Jagannath Puri. And through you, Lord has made you the instrument. And now he has appeared in this special form as Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. So hearing this, King Indradyumna was very, very happy. And then a beautiful temple was made. And now the temple installation has to happen. You know, when we install temple, we call some big priest, some big guest. So who is the biggest person in this universe? Brahma. So Indradyumna Maharaj said, let us invite Brahma. So he went to Brahma's Loka. And you know that Brahma's planet, by the time you travel and he reached there, so much time has passed. Brahmaji said, already so many generations have passed now in this earthly planet. But anyway, Brahmaji came back and the temple was covered with sand, so it was removed. The temple again appeared. And on today's Tithi, the beautiful Maha Abhishekam of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maharani was performed by Lord Brahma himself. Hari Bol. So today is that Tithi on which Lord Brahmaji installed Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So it's a beautiful celebration at Jagannath Puri. You can see this picture. You know, Jagannath himself comes out. And the water comes from a special well. It's called Sona Koop. Yeah, it's a Swarna Koop. Golden well they call it. That well is covered during the entire year. It's covered fully, right? The well is fully covered so that nothing can go inside the well. Only on one day, today's day, that well is opened. I think that well is there on the which side, Prabhuji? Northern side? Near the northern gate? Or the western gate? I'm not very sure. I think northern gate. So Jagannath temple has 4 gates. I think near the northern gate is this special well that is there. So today's day, that particular well is open. And the special pujaris of Jagannath, they cover their mouth with cloth, Maybe now in the day of internet, you can actually see live Snan Yatra also. The program must have started by now. It's a beautiful Pahandi, the Lord Jagannath, he comes from the main temple to Snan Bedi. And he's seated there, and the Brahmanas, they chant special mantras. And then the special pujaris, they bring those pots of water from that well. They cover their mouth with cloth so that it doesn't get contaminated. And 108 kalashas are brought. And that water is, sandalwood is added and various things are added to this water to make special. And I just found out today that there are, I'll just read the exact numbers for you. The 108 Kalash Abhishek happens today. So 35 Kalash for Jagannath. 33 for Baladev. Try to add 35 plus 33, 68. 22 for Subhadra. 90. How many are left? 18. 18 Kalashas for Sudarshan. Actually we say 3 deities, but actually there are 4 deities. Chaturdha Murti they say. Sudarshan is the 4th one. You can see on the left side of Jagannath is Sudarshan. And obviously Sudarshan is Chakra. But near Jagannath, Sudarshan is the form of a pillar. So Jagannath, and they come and pour the pots of water on Jagannath's head, on his face. Beautiful sight to watch. And so this festival goes on till afternoon. And Jagannath stays there only. And in the evening, there's a very special form. Jagannath is dressed like a elephant. It's called Gajanan Bhesh. Gajabhesh. So special form of Jagannath looking like a elephant. Actually it's a form of the story behind it also. There was once a South Indian Brahmana who was a great worshipper of Ganesh. And he thought that the Supreme Brahman is Ganesh. And so he heard that the Supreme Brahman is present in Purushottam Kshetra Shri Kshetra. So he thought, let me go and have darshan. And he thought, if he is Param Brahma, then he will be looking like Ganesh only. He came here. After long difficulty, he came to Jagannath Puri. He had darshan of Jagannath. But then when he had darshan of Jagannath, he said, what is this? My Lord is having an elephant trunk. But I don't see elephant trunk here. He is not Param Brahman. He felt a little dejected in his heart. He said, I wanted to have darshan of my Lord Ganesh. What? I am having darshan here. He was not happy. Then Jagannath came in his dream. He said, Arey, you come again for darshan. I will show you my actual form. So again that Brahmana went, and this time Jagannath showed him the form of Ganesh with a elephant trunk. So today evening, to remember this pastime, Lord Jagannath will be decorated like a Gajanan fish, like elephant. And very special day today, the auspicious day, Snan Purnima. So, although we are not able to go to Jagannath Puri, mentally we can go there and offer obeisance to Lord Jagannath. And I think here we have a Jagannath temple near Sharaf Hospital in the, our ISKCON Jagannath temple. Beautiful deities of Jagannath are there. So many years I also went there for having darshan. So if you have time, please go there for having darshan of Jagannath. In our Gurukul campus also we have Jagannath deities. So I'll be going there for the program now. So today is a very auspicious day, and of course from now for 15 days Jagannath will become sick, because now 15 days he will have intimate pastime with Shabara, the same Shabaras, the descendants of Vishwavashu. And Rath Yatra time, so for 1 month the Shabaras, they get 1 month in the year to serve Jagannath. Other times the Brahmanas, the descendants of Vidyapati, they serve Jagannath. But for 1 month, starting from Snan Purnima till the time Lord Jagannath goes back to his temple after the Yatra. This 1 month, the service is done by the Shabaras, Vishwavasu's descendant. They call Daita. Daita means very dear to the Lord. And 27th is the day of Rath Yatra. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are getting to know all these wonderful secrets in our scriptures, the glories of Purushottam Kshetra, glories of Lord Jagannath, Snan Purnima, Rath Yatra. Now we have Jagannath temples all over the world. Srila Prabhupada said Jagannath means Lord of the universe. And actually Srila Prabhupada, who actually made Jagannath the Lord of the universe, he proved that he is Lord of the universe. Now everywhere around the world we have Jagannath temples and Rath Yatra in all the major cities of the world. And Jagannath is very merciful form of the Lord. So, and as I told, that this form of Jagannath is actually special form of Krishna in separation from Radharani. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radharani in separation from Krishna. Therefore this combination is very unique. Krishna in separation from Radharani, Radharani in separation from Krishna. Therefore they both, Mahaprabhu always used to come Jagannath Puri, and first day when he went close to Jagannath he fainted. After that Mahaprabhu never went close to Jagannath. He used to have darshan near Garuda Stambha. So Sri Jagannath Snan Purnima Mahamotsav ki, Jagannath Baldev Sudha Maharani ki, Sri Purushottam Kshetra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments? Anybody wants to add anything? Or any questions? Okay, so Dharma Prabhu is saying today is Mukunda. Okay. Oh, let us speak a few minutes about these exalted personalities. So Kholove Sridhar, all of you know, very dear associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was very poor externally, but who was very rich with Krishna Prem. Whatever little money he used to earn, he used to spend 50% of that for the service of Mother Ganga. And during Mahaprakash Leela, Mahaprabhu told devotees, call Kholove Sridhar. He said, how will you recognize him? He said, he chants for the entire night, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And people were thinking he's a hungry man, he's not getting food, that's why he's out of hunger, he's crying whole night. They should throw some vegetables. Eat this, keep quiet. So the devotees, they took Sridhar to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was very happy. He said, Sridhar, ask a benediction from me. I can make you the king of the entire universe. I can make you Indra. I can give you Ashtasiddhi. What do you want? Kholove Sridhar said, my dear Lord, I don't want anything from you. I just want pure devotional service at your lotus feet. And I want to have darshan of Nimai coming to my shop. Because Nimai used to come to shop of Kholove. Kholove Sridhar means he used to sell banana cups, banana leaves, banana. Nimai used to go to his shop and used to bargain for many hours with Kholove Sridhar. So he was very, very dear to the Lord, and Lord was very happy with Kholove Sridhar. So today is the disappearance of Kholove Sridhar. We can pray at his lotus feet to also give us pure devotional service, ahetuki bhakti, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service for the Lord. And Mukunda Datta, he was a very famous singer. He used to sing very sweetly for the Lord. He was also a very dear associate of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Kholove Sridhar ki jai, Mukunda Datta Prabhu ki jai. Yes, Prabhu, you wanted to say anything? Somebody else raised his hand. Okay. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.